Hey yogis, it's Leanne from Epic Yoga, and I'm here with a short practice for you that you can do anywhere. You can do it at home, at work, even on vacation. It's about 15 minutes. We're going to begin in child's pose. Come down to your mat, bring your big toes to touch, go ahead and spread your knees wide, and then walk your hands towards the front of your mat. Drop your forehead down and begin to press your fingertips into the ground. Lift your elbows towards the ceiling. Take a breath in. Let the air go. Again, breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. Full breath in. Send it all the way out. Come on up to downward facing dog. Tuck your toes under. Press your heels to the floor. Now bend your knees a lot and start to pull your chest towards your thighs. So in downward facing dog, you want a long spine. So it should look something like, I'll give you the side view, something like this versus rounding the back. So bend your knees. Pull your chest to your thighs. Take a breath in. Long breath out. And then walk your feet to your hands. Come on up to a flat back. Breathe in. Exhale, fold forward. Press down through your feet. Rise all the way up. Inhale, look up to your thumbs. Exhale, fold all the way back down towards your knees. Inhale, come up to a flat back. Exhale, high plank, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Take a breath. Let it go. Two more breaths. One more inhale. Exhale all the air out. Step to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Press down, rise up all the way to the ceiling. Exhale, bow forward, let your head drop. Inhale, long spine, look forward. Exhale, high plank, low plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Three more like that. Inhale, exhale. Two more, breathe in, let it all the way out. And then on your last inhale, lift up on your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, get empty, and jump or step to the top. Come into a flat back again. Exhale, fold. Come into chair pose. Sit your knees low to the ground. Rise up. From here, lift up through the pit of your belly. Pull your belly button to your spine. So your body's gonna be, hips come back, kind of like you're sitting in a chair. Arms reach straight up. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Inhale. Exhale. If you want a little more challenge, come up onto your toes. Breathe in. Exhale. And right here, decide, what are you a yes for? What are you going to create out of your practice? Take another inhale. Exhale, flow forward. Inhale, come up to that flat back position. Exhale, high plank. Lower down, low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot between your hands for warrior one. Rise up, inhale. If your ponytail fell out like mine just did, this is a great place to put it back in.
Take a breath in. Exhale. So my front thigh is about 45 degrees. If you want a little less intensity in the front leg, you can shorten the stance. If you want a little bit more, bring it closer to 90, but don't go beyond 90. Make sure that your knee is still right over your heel. Take another breath in. High plank down to low plank. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Left side warrior. 1, step forward, rise up. So your back heel is about a 45-degree angle. Now if that doesn't feel comfortable, feel free to widen the stance. So you could take your toes out more towards 90 degrees if that's more comfortable on your back hip. Take another breath in. Breathe out. Again, inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. High plank down to low plank. Up dog. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Inhale. Let the air go. Another full inhale. Exhale, sigh the air out. Ha. One more, breathe in. Out. Jumper step your feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Bow. Take chair pose again, sit low, rise up. Exhale, bow. Inhale, flat. Exhale, high. Down to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side warrior 1, rise. Right back down, high plank. Low. Up. Press back, left side warrior 1. Right back down, high plank. Low. Up dog. Downward facing dog. So downward facing dog is a resting pose. It's a place to gather your breath. It's a place to recenter. If you feel like you need a rest, you can always come down to your knees and walk your hands forward for child's pose. Take another inhale. Exhale. Jumper step your feet to your hands, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, chair pose again. This time take a full inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart, twist to the right. Take your elbow outside your knee. Gaze up over your right shoulder and see if you can bring your hands right in line with the center of your heart. Take a look down at your knees, make sure one's not sliding back or forward. Take one more breath in. Exhale, bow forward. Separate your feet hip distance. Grab your big toes with your peace fingers. Look up. Exhale, fold. Take your elbows out to the side and let your head drop to the ground. One more breath. Release your toes, come back to center. Take chair pose, sit low, breathe in. Exhale, prayer twist to the left. Pull the pit of your belly in and up. Take your eyes up to the ceiling. Take one more breath. Bow forward, slide your palms all the way under your feet so that your big toes come right to the crease in your wrist. Let your head drop. Release your hands. Get ready for crow pose. This is optional. Hands come down to the floor. I'll turn sideways so you can see this. Knees come high outside your triceps. Press your hands down. Lift one set of toes as if you're gonna touch the opposite heel. Take your eyes forward and then bring the other toes up to touch. Flare your toes. Take a breath in. Breathe out. 3 more here. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Last breath in. Hips go high. Feet can come down. You can step back. High plank to low plank. Now, if you don't want to do crow pose, you have the option of malasana. Spread your knees wide, heels come down to the floor, hands come to your heart. That's an option too. Afterwards, high plank, back down to low, upward facing, down dog. Take your right leg up to the ceiling. Integrate here, press down through your hands. Draw the femur bone into the socket. Bend your knees, take your knee up to the ceiling. Stay here, flip your dog. Press down through your feet. Lift your hips up, let your head drop. Take your top hand up to the ceiling, breathe in. Come over, high plank. From here, side plank. Plant your right hand, roll your heels to the right. Flex your feet and shoot up through your top hand. So from the side, this is what it looks like. Right hand down, both feet flexed. Reach up with your left hand, eyes go up to the ceiling. Now, if you want an option, bring your knee down for a little bit more stability. High plank, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Take your left leg up, find the integration, bend your knee, and begin to roll this side open. Press down through your hands, keep the length in your side body, flip out. Lift your chest up to the ceiling. And let your eyes move towards the floor behind you. Left hand up, breathe in. Come over, high plank. Plant your left hand, side plank. High plank, low, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Take your right leg up to the ceiling, step through for crescent lunge. Take a breath in, take a breath out. Again, inhale, exhale. 3 more breaths. 2. Breathe in, open up, warrior 2. Take your gaze towards your middle finger of your front hand. Straighten your front leg, come to triangle. Right hand's gonna come down to the floor, to a block. If you have a water bottle, you can put your hand on top of the water bottle. That works too. Press down, find stability in the ground as you reach your left hand up to the ceiling. Take 1 more inhale. Exhale out. Come on up to stand. Pivot your feet so your toes face towards one another, almost like you're pigeon-toed. Grab hold of your waist. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Now look up and back. Exhale, fold forward at your hips. Take your hands down to the floor, let your head fall to the ground. Draw your inner ankles towards the back of your mat, to the side of your mat. Come on up to stand. Pivot your feet back to the front of your mat. Extend your left arm up to the ceiling for revolve triangle. Take a breath in, get long through your left side. Take your left hand out and then place it on the floor, a block, inside or outside of your foot is perfect. Pull the pit of your belly in and up, extend From collarbone to collarbone. Take your eyes up to your top hand. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Letting the breath expand with each inhalation and emptying out with each exhale. Take one more inhale. High plank. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Press back, downward facing dog. Left foot steps through crescent lunge. Create some stability here. Bring your back heel over the ball of your foot. Spark your fingers. Take a breath in. Open up, warrior two. Straighten your front leg, triangle. Reach out with your left hand. Take it down to your shin, to the floor, to a block. Gaze goes up to your top thumb. Take another inhale. Exhale. Come on up to stand. This time, just pivot back to the front of your mat. Extend your right arm. Take a breath in, a little bit of a back bend. Reach out with that right hand. Take it down to the floor, to a block, revolved triangle. Take your left hand up to the ceiling, peel open, creating that movement, twisting around your spine, that central axis. Take one more inhale. High plank. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Press back, downward facing dog. Coming out to a high plank. Come all the way down to the floor for locust pose. For locust pose, you're gonna take your hands alongside your body, and then you're gonna press down into your hips and lift everything up off the floor. So your hands lift up, your low ribs lift up, your feet lift up, shoulder blades squeeze together. Now, if you were to look at it from the side, this is what it looks like. Everything comes up off the floor. I'm extending through the crown of my head, reaching back with my feet. Take one more inhale, lift up, come all the way down. Now come up to upward facing dog. I'll turn back towards the front. Downward facing dog. Press your hips up to the ceiling, heels towards the floor. Come on through, lie down for bridge pose or wheel pose. Now again, I'll turn sideways for these so you can see. For bridge pose, your heels will press down into the floor. Fingertips will graze your heels. Press your heels down, press your shoulders down, press into the back of your head, and then lift your hips up. So the back of your neck maintains that normal cervical curve. Not this, not flattening the back of the neck. You want that normal curve. Take another breath. Come all the way down. Now another bridge pose or wheel pose. We'll do two more. If you're doing wheel, take your fingertips towards your shoulders. Press down through your feet. And then come up to the top of your head. I like to come up that way first. Up to the top of my head. It gives me a chance to adjust my feet. Press down into your hands, down into your feet, lift up. Take one more breath. Come all the way down. Nice and slow. One more, so you could do another bridge or another wheel. I'm gonna do another bridge. Press down through the feet. Press down through the hands, lift your hips up. You could also interlace your hands under your back, rolling onto the shoulder blades for a bit more lift. Come all the way Coming into reclined half pigeon, take your right foot, cross it over your left knee. You can take your hands, slide them through your legs, and grab the back of your left thigh. Flex your feet, you flex your left foot and your right foot, and press your right knee away from your body. And you'll feel this in your outer right hip. And then switch sides. Right ankle crosses over the right, right foot comes to the floor, left ankle crosses over your right knee. Take your hands, slide them through the openings between your legs. Grab hold of your right thigh, flex your feet, press your left knee away from your body this time. So this is toes active, this is toes kind of just limp and hanging out. This will give you more action. Take another breath. Blow it all the way out. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock up and back. Come into Paschimottanasana or forward fold. Extend your legs long in front of you. Flex your feet. Reach your hands up to the ceiling. Breathe in. Exhale, bow forward. So you only want to bow as far as you can with a long spine. You could stay here. This is where I'd rather have you than here with the back rounded. So here you're stretching the hamstrings. Take a breath in. Exhale, fold. Another inhale. Exhale, fold. 2 more like that. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1 more. Fold. Come on up. Bring your right foot to the inside edge of your left leg. So the right foot comes right inside. Inhale, rise up to the ceiling. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Again, keeping that straight spine. Come on up, switch legs. Extend your right leg. Pull your left foot into your upper right thigh. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward over your right leg. Inhale, come on back up to a seated position. And now take an inversion. So you could lie back, coming into waterfall, so legs go up towards the ceiling. You could also, if you have a block close by, take your hips up to a block. And legs can reach straight up to the ceiling. You could also go into shoulder stand. So the thing with shoulder stand is you want to avoid looking side to side. So if you're going into shoulder stand, keep your vision, your drishti, right up to the ceiling. For shoulder stand, take your feet overhead. I like to go to plow first, and then take your legs straight up to the sky. Again, press through the back of your head. Keep a natural curve. And then plow is also an option, feet all the way over. Come all the way down, nice and slow. Coming into fish pose. Extend your legs long on your mat again. Bring your forearms to the floor. Puff your chest up, let your head drop back. Let your jaw relax. Come all the way down to the floor. Hug your right knee and your left knee into your chest. Drop them over to the right side. Extend your arms like a T, press your palms into the floor. Take your gaze towards your left hand. And then take your knees over to the other side, coming into a supine twist on the left side. Take your gaze towards your right hand this time. So unwinding, wringing out any remaining stress that might be in your body. Preparing your body, preparing your mind for deep rest. Come on back to center. Extend your legs long on your mat.